I suppressed my sigh as I studied my best friend's transformation into her own personal version of a Barbie doll. Her dirty blonde hair was now platinum blonde. She was wearing makeup, and her cute clothes were more stylish than anything I'd ever seen her wear before. The two of us lived in loose t-shirts and comfortable jeans, so her form-fitting tee and skinny jeans altered her appearance enough for people to notice. It wasn't blatantly obvious that she was trying to improve her sex appeal, but it was clear to me. The shirt that clung to her was a dark gray, but that subdued color was somehow enticing to the eye. I had to admit that she looked good, but I didn't like the reason for the change in her appearance. The look in her eyes alerted me to his presence before he entered my view. I resisted the urge to turn around and look until Skylar shocked me by calling out to him. "Hi, Cade," she said in a breathy, girly tone. I think the near breathlessness was caused by being nervous about speaking to him. She still managed to smile brightly at him. Despite my resolve to ignore him, I had to see his reaction to her. When I turned, he was standing there looking at her face. I had to give him credit for that, because his buddy was only interested in looking at her body. Cade, it appeared, made the effort to read people when he met them. It was something we had in common, but that didn't make me trust him. It just made him more of a threat than the usual narcissistic asshole. "Hi," he responded with the beginning of a smile. "I'm Skylar," she told him, "and, this is my friend Lexie." "Nice to meet you, Skylar," he replied before his gaze shifted to me. I hated that she had used me to take some of the pressure off herself. It was only polite that she included me since I was standing right beside her, but I couldn't muster the pleasantness the situation required. Being formally introduced was ridiculous anyway, since we had shared some classes with him last year. I had to listen to her talk about everything she noticed about him in the 2 classes she had with him. I hadn't mentioned the fact that he was also in one of my classes, because I didn't want to be questioned daily about what he might have done or said during that hour of the day. She was completely obsessed with him and had been ever since I met her last year when I was new at this school. She claimed to have been in love with him since he first arrived in the middle of freshman year after being kicked out of the prestigious prep school he'd been attending. His father wanted to punish him by sending him to public school, but he had become the big man on campus with his looks and his wealth. He also apparently excelled in basketball and had led our team to victory ever since he had come onto the scene. His father was thrilled at how well his son had been doing in his new environment. He blamed his past mistakes on being part of the wrong crowd in his former school. How I knew so much about his father's opinion was something I avoided thinking about. My only saving grace was that Cade either didn't know much about his father's girlfriend or didn't care. He hadn't shown any more interest in me than I had in him, and I wanted to keep it that way. I hoped that my expression was neutral when I met his gaze. "Hi," I said to get it over with, and glanced across the hall at the girls watching Cade. "It's nice to meet you, Lexie," he told me. "Yeah," I replied while my gaze followed a couple walking past us. "You too." I wished that I could walk away too, but loyalty to Skylar held me there. She would be upset if I left her alone, although she constantly fantasized about being alone with Cade. For some reason, he persisted in speaking to me. "You were in my Family and Consumer Sciences class last year." "She was?" Skylar asked in surprise. Damn. Busted. I looked at her and saw her glancing from me to Cade. Ignoring him, I spoke to her. "It was just a stupid elective." "What'd you get in it?" Cade questioned me. Habit compelled me to look at the person I was talking to, so I looked at him. He was observing me, and I knew that he was trying to read me. I passed it. I answered him and shrugged casually, conveying that it wasn't important.